Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is going to be my first, well, I was going to call it rant, but I think I'll just call it my feelings, my view on things. And I want to talk about this obsession with Donald Trump. Now, I'm titling it Fatal Attraction to Donald Trump. What is it about Donald Trump that people were so fascinated about? I often wondered that from the campaign that he conducted in 2016. In the beginning it sounded exciting, but then he started saying some nasty things about women and different things that came out in the Hollywood tapes, things of that nature. But he seems to have a small, die-hard group of people known as his base. Doesn't matter what he does. Doesn't matter what he says. Long as he gets his base support, he scores points with them, that's all that matters. So, I wanted to just talk about, first of all, I broke it down. I actually got the information from the Washington Post. And they posed that same question. What is it about Donald Trump that has people attracted to him, particularly the right? Well, first of all, it's his personality. Now, I personally don't find his personality exciting, but he's a showman. That's how he got to be where he is, showman. He did his reality show, and the big phrase was, "You're fired." So that was a come on to drag people in. But it's the way he delivers his ideas when it comes to politics. Everything's got to be on a grand scale. Oh, it's so exciting, man. Tune in, watch my rallies. And you watch them, and what do you hear but nothing but, promises that turned out later to be false promises. He never kept his promise. You know? Oh, I'm going to bring a lot of jobs back into the area. Man, we're going to be doing so great. You'll have so many jobs. Right. Well, we saw where that led us to. And I basically call it BS. Okay? At the time, it doesn't sound like BS. You think, man, this guy must have something. Well, we found out that something was BS. Lies, pure and simple. But I came up with 4 basic reasons why Trump is so popular among some Republicans. Now notice I said some Republicans. It may seem like there's a lot of Republicans, though, that make up that some. Basically in the Senate, there's a lot of them. They either really believe what he says, or they don't want to risk their jobs. They don't want to risk their political career. So they go along with what Donald Trump says. Whatever you say, Mr. President. But there's 4 basic reasons why I feel Trump is popular among some Republicans. Not all, some. I have here that Trump's often wrong, but he sounds right. Now, either he really believes what he says, or I don't know. I've never seen a person like this before in my life. And most people have never seen this type of a person. But he got to be president, so he did something to get him in. And I think most of it's lies. He lied his way through. Okay? But like I said, he sounds right. And it's how he delivers his message with simplistic answers. Oh, well, we have a deficit. We'll fix it. Well, you know how he's fixing that, don't you? It's on the backs of the working class. Oh, I'm going to cut your taxes. Yeah, right. Well, we know who he directed those tax cuts to, and that was to the top 1%. Wasn't for the working man. Oh, what? You might get $100 savings, if that. But as the years go by, this plan's going to start scaling back. And the rich are going to get richer, and the poor, well, too bad. It's your problem. Deal with it. Maybe you can go out and get another job. I remember growing up, one job was plenty. But now, in this economy, that he says is the greatest in the world, by the way. We're the best economy in the whole world. Finding out that you have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. So much for his promises of jobs. And then, of course, trying to find jobs. Good luck on that. And when you do find jobs, they're minimum wage or maybe a little above minimum wage. Okay? And another thing that Donald is good at is blaming immigrants. Man, it's those immigrants that came over here and they stole our jobs. Okay? And I'm a Civil War buff. They had that same situation back then. It was the Irish. The Irish are coming over here. They're looking for work. They're stealing our jobs. And eventually in the late 19th century, especially where I lived, they had an organization called the Molly Maguires. And, it had to do with mining, and the mining bosses they felt were just too oppressive. And so they fought back the best that they could. But you always had that group of people. Oh, it's the immigrants. They're coming over. They're taking our jobs. So that's what they're doing there. And usually it's people with no college degrees, okay? Now, I'm not saying that we all have to go to college. Some do, some don't. I went to technical school myself. But I don't really find a lot of jobs in my field unless I have an ongoing education. And I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. I'm no longer a young pup, so I gotta make do with what I gotta make do. And besides, I'm retired, so if I do find something, it's going to be a part-time job. But I think another thing too that people were concerned about, they're sick of the political establishment. Now, I don't know, but for me personally, when President Obama was elected, I think he was a breath of fresh air. I wouldn't call that political establishment the same old, same old. I do call what we've got now a same old, but it's with a touch of corruption. Corrupt. Donald Trump is corrupt. And you've heard the old saying, birds of a feather flock together. So who does he point? Corrupt officials. Bill Barr is a good example of that one. He's not the United States Attorney General. He's Donald Trump's Attorney General. And he'll do whatever Donald Trump wants him to do. So that's where he stands there. But also Donald Trump, he likes to stir up controversy. He likes to spill out negative criticism, Well, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that. Or he'll just downright lie. I mean, right now, he's accusing Joe Biden of something, pedophilia. And I talked to a Trump supporter, has a business right across from where I live. He goes, oh, you wait and see. 10 days from now, the beans are gonna be spilled, and you're gonna find out they found something on a laptop computer. I told him right out. I said, that's nothing but a lie. It's just a lie. They'll make things up just to make it hard for Joe Biden to get elected. But I've got news for you. That was a tactic back in 2016. It's not going to work now, Donnie boy. No way in hell is it going to work. You can try, but you haven't really come up with the answers that's going to get our economy back on track again. Well, my goodness, you don't even do anything about the coronavirus. You knew about this when it came out, but what did you do? Oh, well, no, it's fake news. No, then it went to, well, it's a Democratic hoax. Don't you know they don't want to see me re-elected again? So they came up with this plot. Everything with Donnie is a plot. Everybody's scheming against him. That's not the case. And we found that out, and we're still finding it out. Over 220,000 people. I think it's up to 221 or 222,000 now. But anyway, he said that was a hoax. And then when he finally realized, oh, well, it's a real deal here. Well, it's going to go away, don't you know? Come April, the weather's going to get warmer, and it's just going to go away. Yeah. Has it gone away? No way, Jose. It's gotten worse. So, but it's always everybody else's fault. When you confront him with it, it's not my fault, man. Now we're turning the corner. Man, we're beating this thing. Yeah, okay. Even though this winter they're calling for it to be the worst ever. We're going to have a very, very bad winter with the virus. But that's Donnie boy. Do we really want another 4 years of Donald Trump in office? I don't think so. And I'm sure you don't either. Another thing that comes up is his followers will say, well, you know, Donnie Trump, he's not afraid to say things. Some people think it, but they don't say it. Well, he comes out and says it. Well, and it says that he brings to the race a savviness about what keeps people glued to their TV screen. Well, basically, he's using that same technique like he did in the reality shows. Oh, man, you know, hypes things up, and it's a lot of BS is what it is, too. Like with this Trump University. Oh, man, I'm going to show you how to be a real estate mogul. Man, you're going to be making bucks. You're going to be using other people's money, not your own. That's the scheme. That's another fraud. And we found out where that led us to. Another thing that Donnie's good at is he likes to bring up like phrases or terms that he knows is going to excite his base. One of them, that's what he's really pressing on, is socialism. Oh, goodness. As long as I'm around and I'm your president, we're never going to be a socialist nation. But as my good friend John Budbo says in Texas, he goes, if you have a fire department, if you have a police department, how about the ambulance? That's socialism too. People are paying taxes. They're putting money into a system. That's only going to benefit the average person. You have an emergency, the ambulance is right there. The policemen are going to be there. But I think Donnie misuses that word socialism too much. But another thing he brings up is jobs. Oh, jobs. I'm going to give you more jobs. And you know, it's all China's fault. China's the one that sent us that virus. You know, and they're the ones that stole our jobs. So he came up with that brilliant idea to put tariffs. And we saw where that got us. And the farmers are declaring bankruptcy out in the Midwest. And this is what I don't understand. I'll never, ever understand this. They get tariffs put on their goods. You know, they're hurting financially. Many of them have gone bankrupt. But do they still want to re-elect Donald Trump back into office? Are you kidding me? Because I'm looking on the map. I'm hoping, of course, that at the last minute those states will turn around and like, Donnie's not keeping the promises like he said he would. But rather what he's doing is bringing more chaos and confusion. That's all Donnie's ever done. I can't understand. I talk to these Trump followers. Oh, he's doing such a good job. They can't really tell me what he's done, though. That's really helped our country out. But, you know, he hasn't really done anything. Look at his record and fact check what he says. And you tell me. The other day I came, well, it might have been that same article I read from the Washington Post, but I believe they used the word, and I just think it's perfect. And it's called Trumpery, ironically. Well, gee, what the hell is Trumpery all about? And I looked it up online. I did a Google search. Definition of trumpery. Here it is. It's someone without use or value. Rubbish. Trash. Worthless stuff. Amen. Does that describe Donald Trump to a T or what? Yes. He is sure full of trumpery. He lives up to his name. He's worthless trash. He's a piece of you-know-what. S-H you-know-what. Fill in the blanks. And it's time for him to go. Enough is enough. And I'm glad to see that these voters, and a lot of them are young people, that are going out and they're making a difference and they're voting. But there are still those out there that are, I'm not decided yet. I heard an interview this morning on CNN about it. People, I can't stress enough to you, especially I'm talking to my Democratic friends that are just sick and tired of Donald Trump. This is the time of the year where we have power, and that power is in the ballot box. The Republican Party and Trump is going to do their best to make sure that it's hard for you to vote. Don't fall for their nonsense. Don't you dare listen to them. Now they have Iran and Russia. They're doing their thing, trying to threaten voters. Oh, and they're putting it in the name of the Proud Boys. Vote for Trump or else. Who the hell do they think they are anyway? We vote for who we feel is going to be the best candidate. I've already voted. I voted a few days ago. The issue is put to rest for me, and I voted for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Joe Biden has had experience in office. And he worked under President Obama. And if President Obama could trust him to pull us out of a recession that the Republicans got us into, by the way, well, then I think we can trust him to be President of the United States. So I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me. This is my first rant, if you will, or johnifly thoughts is what I'm going to call it. And thank you for taking the time to listen. I'm going to try to do a few more rants. I know election days, I think it's about 12 days away now. I have it marked in my calendar every day. I have it marked and circled. But I'm doing my best to help out the Democrats. And maybe I can hit the phone banks a few times before the end of the voting, or the days up to the election. We need to get our candidates in. Vote local. We have a local guy here, Gary Wegman. He's running for the 9th Congressional District. We need to get him for the House of Representatives. Get him into office. The more Democrats we have into office, the better. And we need to get the Senate filled up with more Democrats, because this is going to be an interesting election. I'm looking forward to watching it. I don't know if we're going to have the full count by election night, unless it's a landslide. Something deep down inside is telling me it could very well be a landslide. But we shall see. Well, thank you very much for taking the time. Remember, get out and vote. Your power is in the ballot box. If you don't go out and vote, you don't have any reason to complain. Oh, well, Trump got reelected and this and that, and oh, my health care is gone and all. No, you go out and vote now. Make it your duty. This is your civic duty to go out and vote. And you vote blue all the way down the line. Vote blue. And we are going to do it, people. We're going to beat this idiot and get him out of our house. I've had enough of him. And I'm sure you've had enough of him too. So until next time, take care and let's vote and get ready for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to be our next brand new administration. Take care and have a great day and the rest of the week. Okay? Take care.